The energy frequency that we're in today is that of trust and radical surrender. The energy frequency that we're tapping into is the embodiment of abundance. And that embodiment of abundance is also certainty. It's also, so it's certainty, is joy, is possibility. It's all the wonderful things that we desire, but we see separate. I often get the question, what is abundance? Is it a separate frequency? And in reality, it is. But it's so connected to self-love. It's so connected to self-forgiveness. It's so connected to your value that it's not independent of it. And it is also related to your definition. So we have different definitions of abundance and prosperity. We have different definitions of what joy is, what opulence is, what affluence is. So when we take a look, that perspective that we have for the way we see the world, the abundance and that prosperity, we can see where we are in the other areas as well. So for instance, if you can check in for yourself now, how do I feel about affluence? How do I feel about being rich? So using the words. So now we're using the words because this is how we separate the frequency. If we don't feel comfortable saying I'm rich or I'm wealthy or I'm abundant or I'm prosperous or I'm opulent or I'm affluent, because we have a certain perspective of it or certain definition of it, then we tend to separate that from love. We tend to separate that from self-acceptance. We tend to separate that from our value and who we are. So today it's really about sort of recreating that belief system and how we're relating to abundance and activating that joy, that grace, activating the passion of self-love and possibility, which is being held a lot in the feminine. So that's what we're today. The focus is abundant goddess, because we all have that part, right? The goddess within us, the masculine, the feminine within us. The masculine is competitive, it's driven, wants to be in action all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, if we're always in action, if we're always trying and we're not tapping into trust or certainty, we're not trusting, we're not leaning into our divine partnership, whatever our goal is, whatever our intention is, can be delayed. So this process that we're on in bridging and connecting and bringing together and aligning and integrating our divine feminine, divine masculine, the goddess, the God within us, what we're doing is fast tracking and collapsing timelines forward. So, so there we go. We're already clearing. Give me a second. So when we're moving into the integrity and we're moving into the alignment of I am the totality of who I am. That also includes all the other lower frequencies, which are fear, doubt, insecurity. It also includes the trauma that we held, the ego itself. So when we can see ourselves in our totality, we can see the lower vibrational energies as they come in as opportunities to help the divine feminine, the divine masculine, to help the inner child heal and move forward and create more, or help us in general create more in our lives. And we can release the resistance we have to being more valuable, being more creative, being more significant, being more powerful, being more important. When we don't hold on to the past or the core wounds or the old belief systems, then we're always constantly starting in a clean slate. In the clean slate, we set the ingredients, right? We add whatever we want to that. Every day we can choose something different and we can step into that embodiment. And when we do that, then we are peeling the layers back of our reality. We're peeling the layers back and allowing ourselves to reconstruct and redesign the life that we're living and moving forward. So that's what this journey is about, our journey of being here as a divine human. It's to know ourselves, to access all of our true potential, not the illusion, not the belief systems, but kind of look behind what's there. What's that filter? What's the illusion? And then peel it back, but acknowledge that that is there without resistance, without avoiding it, or without trying to, make it something that is not. So let's go ahead and tune into the next level of beingness that you want to tap into, of abundance and prosperity, with the intention of balancing your totality. Uh, Again, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the goddess, the God within you, as well as any other parts of you that may feel out of balance. So go ahead and take a deep breath. And one more deep breath. And today it also feels about speaking your truth, speaking your authority, speaking with authority, speaking with integrity. So we're clearing your voice box, we're clearing the throat area, we're clearing the access portal, we're clearing anything in the way that is clinging onto, or anything that's clinging onto the past that's in the way of you having that new frequency or embodying the new frequency of creation in your voice, in your heart, and in your auric field. So go ahead and take one more deep breath. And I want you to perceive now, all around you, the different ways of being moving forward. So you're going to perceive abundance. To see what that image looks like and what